Hi everyone, welcome to Nigeria Diaries. This is live session with Kumuyi, Oluwakemi, Mercy. And in today's episode, we'll be talking about owning yourself. As much as it is very, very important to own things in the world, it's also very, 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 very important to own yourself. There are so many choices we make that we know right within us. This is not us. Like, you'll be like, I'm doing this thing, but this is not me. Now, for example, like using myself as an example, I told somebody, was it last 2 weeks, that I want my daughter to get married at the age of 22. You see, the moment I said that, then I got to realize, then I now said, okay, you own this child, fine. But why do you have to choose for her to that extent? She owns herself too. You see, when I now got home, I was like, okay, I want this child to get married at this age. But what if she has other plans for herself at that age? What if she decides to get married earlier than 22 or later than 22? Why do I think I have to choose for her? Like, I have to tell her, okay, oh, baby, I want you to get married at 22. Gaskia. You have so many damaged youths out there. Why? Because they don't own themselves. You see girls, boys doing so many things, and even you as an observer, you see that, no, this person is not doing what they want. So many young people in universities that are studying a course or the other, and no, this is not what they want. You have a child that wants to be a comedian, but because you're a public figure, you want your child to be a doctor, to study medicine, to study this and that, but just said, no, daddy, I want to go for theater art. You'll be like, no, you are my child, and you never be a comedian. That is you restricting that child from being him or herself. This is a call, is a wake-up call to everybody, irrespective of who you are, irrespective of your status, that you have to allow people be themselves. Now, owning yourself is actually not a total emancipation from parental control. Now, for the youth now, because you might think, okay, I want to own myself, so I have to leave house. My dear, it's all legal. Don't do that yet. If you know that you are not capable enough, go back to your parents' house. Owning yourself is quite different from packing out of your parents' house, because there you will be hungry. And me, I can only talk. I will not come and fend for you. What I'm saying is quite different from what you think you want to do. Because you don't want a situation whereby you get out there and you will still have to come back and start. We will make jest of you. So just calm down. What I'm trying to say is that if you see something you like, okay, I want to do this, you have to know right within yourself that before you can actually mount a ladder, there is always a first step. Are you ready for disappointments? Yes. Are you willing to work with those challenges? Because once everybody has a big picture. I want to be this, I want to be known, I want to be this. But then it starts with a step. Being determined is your own part, and that part is owning yourself. Okay, I want to buy a fan because I want to own a fan. I can own a fan because I want to buy that fan. I don't know if you understand. I want to have a fan. But what happens if the coil of that fan gets faulty? Will I be able to pay the repairer? Do you understand the picture now? So that is it. So when in owning yourself, just the way you own things and you try to care for them, is how you breed your own identity. Owning yourself is like peeling off that conditioning part. It's just like peeling off that scales that covers you. Now, how do you own yourself in a world that wants to own you? How do you own yourself in a world that already has standard for you? How do you own yourself in a world that already sets the ideal picture for you? Number one, taking responsibility for your deeds, thoughts, and actions. So many youths out there today, because I'm a youth, they don't know how to take responsibility. You're always looking for somebody to blame. When you're someone that you always want to, okay, you did this, but no, you want to transfer the responsibility to someone else. How will you be able to own yourself? You have so many people out there that they can't take responsibility for their actions. You can't take responsibility for your deeds. And you can't even control your own thoughts. In a world that wants to own you, how do you own yourself? When you try to live above people's expectations. See, let me tell you, I talked about people setting an ideal for you. They want you to perform maximally at this point. Okay, now, let me give you another picture. Okay, now they feel like once you graduate, you have to go for service. Then after your service year, you get work. Even as a lady, even if you don't have a work, they want you to go into marriage. That is the picture they already painted for you. But now, your own part now, the role you have to play now, that is what they expect of you. So how do you now come in? That is you telling them that, see, I know that I already have this, I already have that, but I'm not ready. When you are not ready to bow to their expectations, they'll be like, how mighty they're going? They'll feel like, what sort of confidence is this? When you try to live above their expectation or even below, you are the sole owner of your life. I'm not ruling out the fact that God owns your life. But aside that, God gave you a mind so that you'll be able to do some things. It's not like helping him now, but you'll be able to decide for yourself. That is why we have brain. You don't expect somebody that has to think about all the whole world at once. Now, taking you as a major. I know you're a child of God, I know. But sometimes it's not always okay, spiritual. What are the plans you yourself ask for your life? Okay, now because they said that prayer does everything now. You decide not to work. You go to church on Sunday, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because that is what people expect of you. You are dying in church while your mates are out there trying to fend for their life, trying to hustle. Who tells you that you can't even exercise your faith while trying to work? Because people expect, I'm from a religious home. My mommy is a pastor, my daddy is imam. You start going to church, sleep in church, wake in church, do everything in church without something. In a world that wants to own you, how do you own yourself? There's something Yoruba calls Jara Egba. See, if you don't try to free yourself out of that scales, out of that cage. See, nobody started off independently. Nobody. Because at some point in our life, we have to rely on our bosses, our parents, our friends, something like that. Except you grew up with a rare gift. Because there are some people like that. But don't try to bow to people's expectation. You feel like, this person wants me to do this person wants to do that, so I must do this. No. When you turn 80, you start saying, though I have lived, but I'm not fulfilled. Ask people who are 70, who are 80. Some people will tell you that, yes, I have this, but I did not live a fulfilled life. And right about now, I'm not fulfilled. That's because they were owned by people in their lives. They didn't give them the opportunity to think for themselves. They chose your husband for you. They chose your wife for you, your business partners for you, your friends for you, your everything for you. So what exactly do you own? Now, there are dangers to not owning yourself. You also call it Nirai. Yeah, Nirai. I don't know what they call it in other languages, but Nirai. One, sometimes, in fact, at this time, this generation, when you don't own yourself, you tend to fall into depression, anxiety, rage. You just see some youth out there, you'll be like, what's wrong with this one now? That's because they are yet to identify who they are, what they want to do, what they want to live for. In owning yourself, that means you have plans for your life. You have plans. Though you need some things to execute it, but do you even have plans? Somebody who doesn't have a plan, how is it going to be very possible for people not to control you, for people not to own you? What controls you? What propels your actions? What are you living for? Is it because people are doing it? Does that give you the right to do it also? Are you trying to live for yourself? I'm not saying you should run out of your house. I'm not saying you should leave your parents, but own yourself. This is a wake-up call to everybody, either young or old. own yourself and own it with your chest outside. We have come to the end of today's episode or today's Basbos on owning yourself. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and if you come across this video, don't forget to subscribe, and please just turn on the notification bell so as to get notified once we drop a new video. We love you. Thank you.
You can kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, Niger Diary.